Today I'm going to teach you guys how to do these really easy Christmas tree nails.
The things you'll need are a couple pairs of tweezers, a makeup sponge. It doesn't have to be nice or anything. As you can see, I ripped this one up just to make my pieces a little smaller and easier to use. You'll also need tape. I find the tape that's a bit cloudy and not the stuff that's 100% see-through. It doesn't stick to your nails as much, so it makes it a little less likely that you'll pull polish off. A gem picking up tool. You can get these in a bag of 5 for 99 cents on eBay. It's just a really waxy pencil that you can use to pick up your dots and your stars. The stars that I used are these lemon drop stars. These are from a Martha Stewart collection that I got from Walmart. And we'll need little red dots. You can do any colored dots actually. I just figured red dots would look the best against this green tree. These dots are just little hexagon glitter that I got in a set from Michaels. For polishes, you'll need the usual base coat. This is Séché Clear, and top coat, this is Essie Good to Go. For my base color, I'm using a Ciate Mini from last year's advent calendar in Cookies and Cream. For my main tree colors, I'm using La Senza's Ooh La La Nails. This is in the color Make Mine Milan. And for my gold accent, I am using this Essence nail polish from the Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2 collection, and this is in A Piece of Forever. So originally I wanted to use nail art foil. I'm sure you guys have seen this before. This is just something you can buy online, and I thought this pattern was so gorgeous. The green with the gold. This would be a perfect tree, and I got it to work on my thumb here. But as you can see, I used nail polish for the other nails just because it was too hard to isolate that small area and get the foil just to stick to that small area. So with the nail polish, I'm really going to try and recreate this green and gold pattern. Your first step always is to apply a base coat, and after that you're going to apply 2 layers of your base color. This is Cookies and Cream by Ciate. You're going to wait for that to completely dry. I mean completely dry. I did my base color the night before just to make sure it was completely dry. I'm sure if you waited about an hour or so it would be fine, but if you put tape on not dry nail polish, when you pull it up, it's just going to pull everything off. While you're waiting for that to dry, you can prep your sponge. I find if I take a whole sponge, dip it into color, and then apply that to my nail, it's too big and I'm more likely to make a mess. So what I do is I take one of these Triangle Cosmetic sponges and I rip a piece of it off on that access. So you just grab it and pull it straight down, and you'll need 2 pieces like this. So I take my tweezers and I kind of open them up a bit, and I stick my finger right here just to keep it open. Grab my sponge, and on the side that is more jagged, the side that's ripped, I fold it together and I stick those 2 ends in my tweezer. This way I can use just this tiny bit of sponge, and I have a bit more control of my color. I only have a small area to pounce on instead of holding a big sponge. The next step is to prep your tape. What I did was pull out about 2 inches of tape, and I put 10 pieces along the side of my desk. I just took a pair of scissors and cut right along the center here. So doing it this way, you have to make sure that you use the outside pieces of tape, because that's what's going to get you a straight, crisp line. Pulling off your first piece of tape, you're going to mark out now the area where you want your tree to be. What I did was pretty much went from each corner on your free edge about a millimeter or so in, and then I started the tape from that point to a point about halfway up the nail, maybe a little bit higher. Grabbing my second piece of tape, find the top center of your nail and use that as a point and come back down to your other side. Make sure on your free edge the tape is pushed down fairly tight, and make sure the tape all the way along the nail is pressed down pretty crisply and pretty firm. You can move these any way you like. You can make your tree very tall and thin. You can make it tall and fat. You can make it any shape you want. This is just the basic shape I'm going to be using today. First, I'm going to take my dark green color and do a few drops of that just on a work surface here. I'm going to pick up a bit of the color, really pounce it out so you can get just a little bit on your brush here. You can always layer on more color. It's hard to take color away though, so I always start small and work my way up when it comes to layering polishes. From here it's pretty simple. You can say I have some color on my brush here. I'm just going to pounce that on my nail. Like I said, you can always build up color. So start out with 1 thin layer of polish and see how you like it, and you can build up more if you like to. This is after applying 1 coat. This is after applying my second coat. Now I'm going to take a bit of my gold. You don't want too much gold on this, so I'm really going to pick up just a bit of color and super shear it out. And now you're just going to pounce a bit of your gold on top. I think that's about enough gold for me. And now you're just going to pull your tape off. You're going to want to make sure to pull your tape off while your nail polish is still wet so you get a super crisp line. So here's our tree shape without any decorations on. The next step is to take a bit of nail glue and dot it on in the places you want your ornaments to be. What I did was take a bit of this glue and put it all over the green area of my tree. Then using my wax pickup tool, I'm just going to pick up my star here and place it on.
You can use this same method to apply your different colored ornaments.
So after you're all done, you can just apply a top coat to everything. Having the stars be a little bit pointy on this nail, you can see them here. If I tilt it to the side, you can see the star is a bit pointy. It actually made the star come off on a few of my nails on my left hand. I found the star was catching on fabric and it just wasn't very fun. Even after applying a top coat, those stars were still all coming off. So what I did to prevent that was taking my top coat and I put a little dollop of top coat over top of the star. So you can see adding that little bit of extra top coat on top of the star really does enclose it. This means that the little corner spikes won't stick up, they won't catch on clothing, and they won't fall off as easily. Once that additional dot of top coat on your star is completely dry, don't forget to apply a top coat to your entire nail. This will help your little red ornaments stay on your tree. And here is your completed Christmas tree nail. You can really do this, like I said, however you like. If ever you guys recreate this, feel free to hashtag MintyMakeup on Instagram, Twitter, anywhere else you can, because I'd love to see your recreation. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll hope to see you guys soon. Bye bye.